JJ, with everything going on the past couple of days, could you have expected that type of connected effort, and kind of what did you attribute that being so consistent throughout the game?
You could certainly hope for it, and I thought it was a nice carryover from the New York game. In some ways, some of the game planning was an extension of the New York game, and thought our guys did a really good job executing that. I thought defensively it was about as connected as we've been all season, and our execution level was very high. And then offensively, again, just continuing to build out, some of the intentional tactical stuff, and we've been really sharp with that over the past 10 to 14 days. And I think we're 13-1 now when we have 30 or more assists. So it was really just a complete game for us on both sides, and challenged the guys to have the same spirit in the second half, knowing they'd make a run. Made their run. We responded, and just fantastic basketball at both ends of the floor for us tonight.
JJ, LeBron is 40 years old, just came off this Grammy trip. Just defensively, the energy he's playing with right now, particularly without Anthony Davis, what did you kind of see from him on that court in terms of the connectivity and his activity?
I thought he led us on both ends, and it says something that he every few games he's raising his hand asking for a sub. Like he's going full tilt on both ends of the floor, and it'd be very easy for him, given his resume and accomplishments and age and frankly bank account, if he wanted to just save himself for offense. And he's playing both sides of the ball, giving everything he has. Another great game from him.
I assume this is the problem with kids. They'll get you sick.
Actually, it was the game here. It's so loud in there that it was a game here a few weeks ago that started this cough, and I finally bit the bullet and started medicine tonight. So hopefully it's gone in a few days.
My feel for you, JJ, is that, a big trade or a roster shuffle happens and it's like someone dubbed a new puzzle, like the pieces out in front of you and your brain is like, okay, how can I put them together? How are you balancing that with the fact that Luka's not playing right now, and you might have some more changes in the next couple of days in terms of future planning versus staying in the moment and your coach brain working on this puzzle?
Yeah, I think the puzzle in some ways, solving that puzzle got a little bit of time due to him not being available, this week, maybe Saturday, but just these first two games, and then going into All-Star break where you've got then some more time to really lock in as a coaching staff. And the balance for me and the group has been maintaining the spirit that we've built, the identity that we've built, the connectivity that we've built, particularly over the last month or so. And again, that, Air and I were talking about it when we subbed everybody out, like it was there again tonight. And when our group plays with that, we're a very competitive team.
JJ, Luka joined the group on the bench right before tip-off and was obviously sitting next to LeBron and interacting with him, and I'm sure in the locker room and stuff. What was it like just having him tonight for the first time? Obviously not on the court, but just the off-court stuff.
Yeah, no, it was good to have him in the building today for the press conference. Got some work in. Got some work in yesterday afternoon as well. And I think for him, the emotions of it, and some of those emotions can be negative and some of those emotions can just be shock. And he's used the word processing with me. And I think each day that goes by, he feels like he's realizing his new normal, if that makes sense. And I think for any guy that gets traded midseason, that's a process and that takes time. But loved having him around the group.
JJ, you told us that you got to spend some time with Luka once he got into town. Has he gotten any time other than on the bench today to be around the group, his teammates? So any time today after the pressers to get a chance to?
Yeah, we didn't want to have shoot around today just because the press conference was happening. We wanted to kind of keep our guys away from the building and let Luka and Rob sort of have their thing, and guys were in though. We had a court time after the presser, so he was around some of the guys then. Saw some of them yesterday too. Once he got done with his physical, and we were kind of wrapping up just the brief team meeting we had, and then again today. So I think tomorrow will be the first kind of normal day, even though he's not necessarily going to be practicing with us. He will be on the court. He will be in the film session, all that stuff.
So the 5-on-5 tomorrow will not involve him? The 5-on-5 that Rob told us about this morning.
The
for
5-on-5
tomorrow.
will. That's not
So
with. That's not like a practice. Yeah, it's gonna be stay ready and G League guys.
got it.
Yep.
JJ, to your right, in what ways has Jackson grown the most in your eyes since the start of the season, and how integral would he be for, I guess, this next iteration of this team going forward?
I think his ability to execute and his ability to process and then execute again. And I played with him his first 2 years in the NBA, and loved playing like the two-man, the chase action, all the stuff where I could get him in the pocket. He's certainly done a really good job of that, but it's the pick-and-roll technique. It's the other night executing coverage versus Josh Hart, when we cross-matched. It's just like the little nuanced stuff with him that I see a real growth in, and he's making a huge impact on our team. He was really good again tonight. No, and I haven't thought about it because it's the ability to compartmentalize and do what's necessary that day while still planning, of course. But I have a job to do. I have a responsibility to my family. I have a responsibility to the Lakers organization. I didn't get a break last summer, so I had a full season of podcasts, calling through the finals, took this job 3 days after, got started right away. I'm hoping we're playing in June, but whatever the off season is for me, I will finally take a little pause and reflect. I'm not going to do that anytime soon.
Got Gabe on the way.
Luka Doncic, first time on that Lakers sideline. Lakers win at 122-97 as we send it over to Jared Greenberg.
All right, BA, got LeBron James here. You just beat up your crosstown rivals. You've won 7 of 8. And you've got Luka Doncic waiting on deck for you. What are the vibes around this Laker team right now?
Just trying to play good basketball, keep stacking days. And tonight we played another one. Obviously we came up with a good win in New York on Saturday. And, Clippers always play us tough. We came out with the right mindset. We had a great scheme, and we executed that.
We haven't heard from you yet. What have the last few days been like for you as the team trades away Anthony Davis and others for Luka?
It's been a whirlwind, so I can only imagine, or I can't even imagine, how Luka and AD and Max Christie and Maxi Kleber and obviously Hood Schifino was one of our teammates as well. So it's been challenging for sure, especially for me. Anytime I've had, 6 years with AD, win a championship with my guy. Obviously one of my best friends, obviously. So, it's a business, and you understand that. It's a business of basketball. We understand that, and I know he's going to do well down there in Dallas.
You add the man who is 3rd all-time in points per game at NBA history in Luka. I know your brain doesn't ever stop thinking about basketball. What are your initial thoughts on what this team could look like with you and Luka at the head of the snake?
It's going to be special, I think so. We're going to attract a lot of eyes. Obviously, our ability to score, rebound, pass, is going to make it a lot easier on our teammates. And that's all we want to do. We want to be able to create opportunities for our teammates where they only have to catch, finish, catch, dunk, catch, shoot. And it's our job to lead them every single night. Listen, Luka's a big-time player, 25 years old, haven't even reached his prime yet, and he's done some amazing shit in our league already. I'm happy to have him. LA's happy to have him. And it's still a little bit surreal, honestly, to be honest.
All right, LeBron, thanks so much for your time. Good one tonight. We'll see you again on Thursday, guys.
Doing well, thank you.
Hey, Gabe, just starting on the defensive end, obviously lost a couple of good defensive players, but it just seemed like a really connected group. That was a word that JJ described it. What did you see out there from the starters, then when you came in, and just how you guys stayed like that and helped each other on defense?
Yeah, I think we paid attention to the game plan. We followed the game plan. We executed it well. But most importantly, our effort and energy was there. We were flying around, making multiple rotations. We made some big plays on the defensive side tonight.
Zooming out a little bit, you've been in the league for a while now, but it had to be kind of a crazy last couple of days. You lose a couple teammates, you gain some new teammates. It was a big deal, huge surprise. Can you take us through your mindset and how you felt like that was reflected in the team these last few days?
Yeah, I mean, trades are sometimes an unfortunate part of the business. I think we were aware of that, but obviously we're coming off a high of that win on the road, and to get that news, obviously you never want to see guys go, especially guys that are so vital and intricate to our team. But definitely wish them the best. Organization had to make the decision they felt like that was best for the team, and we move forward. We just try to come in here and focus on the game at hand, situation at hand, and take care of business.
Gabe, I think you guys have won 7 of your last 8 games, and 6 of those wins have been by double digits. We've been talking with JJ. He's mentioned game plan discipline a lot, and you just mentioned executing the game plan. It seems like that's been a lot better the past couple weeks compared to early season. Where is that coming from? Where is that connectedness coming from? Where has that, improved game plan discipline come from?
Yeah, I mean, I think just like a point of emphasis. I think guys have just bought into it. Obviously, when you start buying into something and you get the reward of some success, it's easier to buy into it some more. But we seem to have found a little bit of a flow in terms of executing the game plan, and the game plans, to the coaching staff's credit, has been great.
Hey, Gabe. Even before the trade, you guys were playing, some of your best defense of the year, and now, especially with AD and Max gone, how much more importance is there on team defense, and you guys all doing it as a group instead of kind of relying on AD?
Yeah, I mean, not without having AD down there to just clean things up and to make up for a lot of mistakes. Guys are forced to take a little more pride, and obviously the addition of Dorian and the addition of Vando, it just takes our defense to the next level. As point of attack defenders, guys that can switch to multiple positions, they rebound the ball well. So some of those plays are just really inspiring, and they make other guys make the small efforts that lead to big plays.
Gabe, from you coming from Miami Heat individually, what do you see different between the Laker defense that they have now and that Miami Heat defense? Is some of the similarities, defensive mentality, or is it a little bit different? Or
I mean, that was a while ago, but I mean, it's definitely different. I think we have a little more size and a little more length. They changed schemes a lot. Miami, when I was there, we'd go zone, we'd blitz, we would be in a show, we would do a lot of different things defensively. But with this group and this makeup, we've been finding a good rhythm with what we've been doing.
Congrats on the win, first of all.
Thank you.
For you, being a role player and kind of getting a lot of opportunities, being able to shoot the ball and things like that, what are you most looking forward to as far as playing alongside Luka, a guy that can create a lot of opportunities for you guys on driving kicks and shot opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to play with a couple guys and Jimmy and Bron that demand a lot of attention, and Bam and Tyler Hero and Austin Reeves. And now you add a Luka to that mix, These are guys that get doubled a lot. It's going to be hard to double them. And for me, it's just to be ready to shoot. Hopefully we get some more shots that are less contested each one, as they have to rotate. So just try to do my part on the defensive side and be ready to shoot offensively.
And can you just take us through where you were when you first heard the news and kind of how you processed the information?
Yeah, I mean, I was with my girl at 7-Eleven getting the Gatorade and getting some water, and my phone was going crazy, and I was like, let me just answer the phone, and had to be a friend of mine call, and he was like, is everything good? Did you hear the news? I'm like, at that point, I thought I got traded, so I hung up, called my agent. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I think someone got hacked, but this is what happened. I'm like, I'll call you back. So then I went to our team group chat. People were sending messages, and from there, and things just happened fast. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Have a good night.